Welcome guys to Dr. Saddam Kenya, and one of the most common questions people usually ask is how does the Depo injection actually work? Before we proceed, kindly hit the subscribe button below, enable the notification bell, because there are very many videos we'll be doing about how to get pregnant after getting the injection and what to expect, etc. Now, before we really understand how Depo injection works, we need to know two things. Number one, Depo injection is usually just progestin. It is a protein known as progestin, so you are usually injected with these progestin into your body. Now, the second thing you need to know is the process at which your body goes through before you get pregnant. Now, there are some few things you need to know. Hormones involved. So, at the beginning of your cycle, there is a hormone known as follicle stimulating hormone (FSH). The amount of this hormone, and it's usually secreted by the pituitary glands, will usually increase slightly at the beginning of your cycle, and this hormone will actually stimulate your follicles in your ovaries to start maturing or preparing an egg. Now, immediately after that, the follicles that have been stimulated will start producing estrogen, and this is what leads to an increase in estrogen. But once the estrogen gets to a certain level in your body, or a certain amount in your body, this actually activates the luteinizing hormone, or LH, in your body, and this LH is actually what stimulates or enables your ovaries to actually release a single ovum or double ovum, etc. Now, the moment you get this injection, your body actually is tricked to believing that you are more pregnant, yeah, because whenever you're pregnant, the progesterone amount tends to increase in your body. Now, by your body believing you're pregnant, it actually stops your brain from producing FSH, follicle stimulating hormone, and by doing this, it prevents, it creates a situation in which there is no longer any amount of FSH in your body that is required to stimulate your ovaries to produce an ovum, and as a result, your body can no longer produce an ovum during that duration that you're taking this medication. And that is why whenever you get this medication, you might end up in a situation in which you might no longer have periods, but for some women, they might end up having frequent periods. These are complications that actually arises for some women, and that is the basic explanation as to how this Depo injection actually works. Now, this medication is very good, especially if you're doing family planning, but before you get it, please ask yourself, do you need another kid in the next 6 months, in the next 5 months? Because if that is the case, then it might not really be a good option for you, because for some cases, you might get the 3-month injection, but after completing it, you might find yourself in a situation in which you have to wait for even more than a year for you to be able to get pregnant, yeah? Because the half-life of this medication tends to be much longer, 50 days or even more, and as a result, you might end up with a situation in which you are struggling to now get pregnant after getting this injection, just because maybe you wanted to enjoy and have fun for a brief period of time, and all of a sudden, 3 months later on, you've come back to your senses, you've gotten married, and all of a sudden you need a kid, and you're literally struggling. Anyway, thank you guys for watching this video. Kindly hit the subscribe button. In case you have any questions, kindly leave them in the comment section.